And there was somebody I just found out on, I don't want to put her name out there, but it's a lady. She actually is verified on Instagram, and she made a remark stating that her sister was trying to sacrifice her. Her sister must be a PR in the music business for Atlantic Records, and she has posted gang stalking and targeting and how police were harassing her. She has a video of her involuntarily involuntarily being taken to a hospital on a stretcher. I've dealt with that before. It's just amazing, man, the things I've been through and how I just didn't have fear in those moments. I don't really become fear. I become angry. I don't really have fear. I just become very angry and hostile. But what I want you guys, I'm going to post some things she said, and I'll say her name is Ella the Great. I think we all need to go look at her page. And I'm pretty sure she's going through what she's going through because how adamant she is and she's posting. And, it was scary, man, because here you have someone I've never seen that's verified on YouTube, on Instagram, excuse me. Her sister is a PR for Atlantic Records. I think she's a singer too. I forgot her name. Anyway, I'm gonna do some more history and research on it, but I want to speak about this. And she's talking about how her sister wanted to use her as a sacrifice, and she said it blatantly. And we all know that sacrifice game is real. We all know that that's how you move up in this world, because they need to have dirt on you. It's blackmail. They need to have, excuse me. They need to have dirt on you. They need to have something over your head that they can keep you in line with, if not just threatening your own life. So this opened up my eyes a lot because, some people stated that they thought maybe their family had taken out health insurance policies on them, and maybe thought there were other things on them as well. And it just makes me think because, this woman you could hear the frantic in her voice. Like you could hear her knowing, and she knows because if she's in that music business, she's verified, she's bumped shoulders and rubbed shoulders with some people to where she knows this shit is real. And it just kind of relieved me to see how she has the following on Instagram. She's verified. Nothing can be said about her. You can't call her crazy. You can't say she's losing her mind. Her sister's with Atlantic Records. Everybody knows like Cardi B, Gucci Mane. They're signed to Atlantic Records. Major artists that people know. Her sister's a PR for Atlantic Records. One of the PRs there. That's part of public relations. Basically, you know what they do. They kind of just dress up stupid shit that they say, Instagram posts and Twitter, kind of just basically a handler. And it makes sense why, if her sister's a handler to artists, why would she need, what I mean? Like I tell you, everybody needs a sacrifice. It don't matter if you out here singing songs or not. Okay? If you were in the back, if you were profiting off this satanic structure, then you have to align yourself, in so many words, with the ways of the, with the ways of the land. The law of the land, as they say, right? We know the law of the land, law of the sea. Marital time law and law of the land. We live in a currency base, which is a water, current, the flow, banking, right? So it just kind of opened my eyes like, damn. You hear about these YouTube channels. I follow them too. People, talking about how, DMX was sacrificed and how, these other people were sacrificed and Prince and, all these other people. And then you hear somebody blatantly say their sister's in the music business and they feel like, and that's what they do. They will use the weakest link of the family, and the weakest link is normally the strongest link. It's normally the person who's most distant away from the family. They call them the black sheep because they don't want to have anything to do. Because they're the most clairvoyant, the most observant persons of the family, and they see their families wild and crazy, and they just prefer to be to themselves. Now, why can't people respect that? I will never understand. But this lady was in fear for her life. She recorded the whole incident. We're on the stretcher, and you can see them, right? Because I peep game. If you watch these doctors, it was very eerie. I got chills watching this video she uploaded on her Instagram. They're all making Masonic signs, the V symbol. They all have their hands over the left hand over the right hand. As they talk to this woman on the stretcher, she's fucking like franticing about them taking her to the hospital without her own will. If you know anything about me, you know that was the first thing they tried to do to me. They tried to take me to Howard County General. My so-called mother and grandmother snuck off in the night, went to the courthouse, got a fucking court document, right? Then they show up, right? And mind you, I don't live with my parents. I came out here to stay in the woods because of the shit I was going on. I thought maybe it was gang affiliated. I thought maybe, because I handle my own. So I was like, I thought maybe it was some Crips or something. Because I know Crips. I was hanging around with some Crips at the time. I thought maybe it was something that, niggas was watching my, it was just nigga senses. And so I said, let me get out of Baltimore for a little bit. Let me get a change of scenery so I can come back and scope when I'm not, it's easier to see things when you can pull up on the situation than being in the situation. So let me get out of Baltimore for a while. Let me come to the boonies and let me get a clear head and let me see what's going on. And that's what I did. I came out here and it made it worse. It was a trap. They told me to come out here to, to get a fresh air because I actually told them what was going on and they called the police on me. Had 3 police officers come. They had gloves, had the tasers ready. And that means that they must have told them I was combative. You could just tell that they were lying. They were amping them up. The cops thought they had a nigga they were going to beat that day. They couldn't. They had the gloves on, ready, cops, and you got to come with us. And they weren't even trying to let me get dressed. Like, I literally just went, got Burger King, and bought the Grand Theft Auto 5. And I was downloading. I'll never forget this day. I'll never forget it. I just downloaded Grand Theft Auto 5 on my PS4. Just went Burger King. Was in the living room, playing, uploading the game to my motherfucking, waiting for it to download. I was playing Madden, waiting for it to download, and then I hear these cop cars. I hear these because they live on a hill, so you can hear anytime someone drives up there. Because you're only driving up there if you live up there. So, I hear them coming up there and they come to the door and it's just kind of like peace came over me. I felt bullshit, but I just got a sense of peace. I don't know where it came from. All praise be to the Most High. But I just got the sense of peace and they assumed me to be combative. They thought I was going to be fighting them. They didn't want to let me get my clothes and it's just a whole bunch of shit. But all praise be to the Most High. I was out there the same day. Within 18 hours, I was out on my own recognizance. And I was back playing my GTA 5, and I finished my Burger King, and I was laughing at them, and I've been laughing at them motherfuckers ever since. And it feels good to know that they tried to, because of the woman, right? It was so crazy. They had me see 3 different psychiatrists. I was only supposed to see one. They couldn't get me, so they tried to have me admit myself. The lady said, well, your family would feel better if you went to Shepherd Pratt, admitted yourself. I told them to go fuck themselves. I wanted my guns, and now it's crazy because I didn't know at the time. I did research, but if I had admitted myself, I basically admitted myself saying that I was not mentally stable to survive in society, which means I've been forfeiting my Second Amendment, and I didn't know that at the time. I knew I just wasn't going to be in this fucking rat trap. I knew that was on my mind, and then after I did some studying, I see why they tried to get me into the hospital for 30 days because if you were there 30 days or more, then you cannot legally own a gun. I think that's globally, nationally. I don't know if that's just for the state of Maryland. I think it's nationally. So they knew that if I didn't have guns, that means they could act more like bitches. They could be more pussies. Because that's all that I really take that as. You're pussy as fuck. And now they can't be the pussies that they would like to be because they know I got a couple guns on me. And so now I know that the guns and the lack of guns means that they would have tried to get me in the jam. They would have tried, set me up. But all praise be to the Most High because he knew in that instance what they were trying to do. Right? But the lady, they couldn't find anything wrong with me. Of course not. Right? Stupid bitch. And I got out the same day on my own recognizance, and they thought they saw a ghost. When they saw me pull up in that cab, actually I got one of my... he was a Mason. I didn't even know he was a Mason. I found out later. But I had somebody I was selling cars in the car business with, a colleague of mine, come pick me up from the hospital. And when they saw me walk through that door, bro, I'm telling you, it was some of the best fit. It was like I don't know, man. I don't know. It was like fucking your girlfriend's mom after she cheated on you. I'm not saying I've been cheated on, but that's the only analogy. It's like, it's an undescribable feeling. Like, it's something I've never felt before, right? Because I've never been in that situation before. But it was like a situation of victory, like, aha, you thought you had me, but I've done you in. You know, I got you. And I'm telling you, bro, that keeps me alive, bro. I love that shit because they really tried to ruin me with that shit. They really tried to get me to admit myself in Howard County General. And they failed. And I love it. And they fucking run around here now. They pussyfied. They know I can shoot them in any second. They fucking scared as shit. They know they can't say nothing to me crazy. They're not going to run up on me crazy. And it really keeps them at bay. Now they have to think twice. And that's not part of the game plan. It wasn't a part of the game plan for them to have to consider my feelings at all. Okay? They were not in any instance supposed to consider my feelings. And now they have to. And that's a win for me.